Welcome to my channel, Most Worth Coins WC. In today's video, we're looking at valuable $1 coins that could be worth a lot more than you think. Don't forget to like and share. The 1979 United States $1 coin, a detailed exploration. The year 1979 marked a major turning point in the history of U.S. coinage with the introduction of a brand new $1 coin. This coin was notable not only for its unique design, but also for its practical intent. It was the first U.S. coin to depict a real, non-mythological woman and aimed to revitalize the usage of dollar coins in commerce. Known as the Susan B. Anthony dollar, the 1979 $1 coin is a piece steeped in social, political, and economic significance. Background and purpose of the coin: by the late 1970s, the United States Mint and Congress sought ways to modernize and reduce the costs of currency circulation. The Eisenhower dollar, in use since 1971, was large and bulky, too similar in size and weight to the old silver dollars, and not favored by the public or vending machines. To improve circulation and reduce the Treasury's burden, it was proposed to introduce a smaller, lighter dollar coin that could be used in place of dollar bills, which wore out quickly and had to be replaced often. But rather than just redesign the dollar, there was also a push to make the new coin socially meaningful. After decades of depicting male figures, the Mint proposed honoring a pioneering woman. The choice eventually settled on Susan B. Anthony, 1820–1906, a prominent figure in the women's suffrage movement. She fought tirelessly for women's right to vote, played a vital role in securing the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, and became an icon of social justice and equality. Design of the coin: the obverse, front, of the coin features a portrait of Susan B. Anthony, designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo. It was based on a photograph taken of Anthony in her later years. Gasparo aimed to capture her determined spirit and unyielding character. She is shown in a right-facing profile, wearing a high-necked dress with a cameo at the throat. Above her portrait are the words "Liberty," and to the right, the motto, "In God We Trust." Below her image is the mint year, in this case, 1979. 13 stars encircle her head, representing the original 13 colonies of the United States. The reverse back of the coin is a modified version of the Apollo 11 mission insignia originally used on the Eisenhower dollar. It shows an eagle landing on the moon, holding an olive branch in its talons, symbolizing peace. The Earth can be seen in the background, and the surface of the moon is depicted in detail beneath the eagle's feet. This design was chosen to commemorate America's monumental achievement in space exploration and continued on the new coin to maintain a link to national pride and innovation. Encircling the reverse are the inscriptions "United States of America," "E pluribus unum," Latin, for out of many one, and the denomination $1. Specifications: composition. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel clad, with a pure copper core sandwiched between two layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Diameter: 26.5 millimeters, about 1.043 inches. Thickness: 2.0 millimeters. Weight: 8.1 grams. Edge: reeded, like a quarter. Its size and color were vary, similar to the quarter, which later became a major point of criticism. Mint marks and varieties. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar was struck at 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. Each facility produced coins for both circulation and collectors, though San Francisco largely focused on proof coins. There are 2 major varieties of the 1979 S proof coin. Type 1, filled S. This variety has a blob-like appearance in the S mint mark, where the center of the letter appears almost closed. Type 2, clear S. This version has a more defined and sharp S, with clearer loops and separation. Type 2 is scarcer and more valuable among collectors. public reaction and circulation issues. Despite its intentions, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was largely a failure in circulation. Its size and color caused widespread confusion with the quarter. Many people accidentally spent it as a quarter or refused it entirely. The U.S. Mint attempted public information campaigns, but the coin never caught on with the general population. Banks and businesses were reluctant to stock it, and vending machine manufacturers were slow to adjust their equipment to accept the new coin. Additionally, the general public had become accustomed to the convenience of paper dollar bills, which continued to circulate alongside the coins. By 1981, regular production of the coin ceased due to low demand, though it would be briefly revived in 1999 due to depleted stock before the release of the Sacagawea dollar in 2000. Numismatic value and collectability. While the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar remains common and often worth only face value in circulated condition, certain varieties and high-grade examples are of interest to collectors. Proof coins, especially the 1979 S-Type II, can fetch higher prices depending on condition. Circulated coins, generally worth $1 to $125, uncirculated, MS-65 and above, can be worth $5 to $15 depending on mint mark. 79 S-Type II proof, often valued at $30 to $100 in PR69 DCAM, deep cameo condition. Collectors often seek to complete sets of all mint marks and varieties, and the Susan B. Anthony dollar's relatively short run, 1979, 1980, 1981, and 1999, makes it an achievable and affordable series to collect. Legacy and conclusion. Though it failed in daily commerce, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar holds an important place in U.S. coinage history. It was the first U.S. coin to honor a real woman, breaking long-standing traditions and paving the way for more inclusive representations on American currency. Its introduction brought awareness to Susan B. Anthony's contributions and signaled an era of cultural and gender recognition within numismatics. The lessons learned from its failure also influenced the design of later coins, such as the Sacagawea dollar and the Presidential Dollar series, both of which featured golden tones and smoother edges to help distinguish them from quarters. Today, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is a fascinating artifact of late 20th century America, a product of both forward-thinking social ideals and practical missteps in coin design. Whether found in change, purchased from a dealer, or displayed in a collection, this coin offers a rich and complex story worth appreciating. The 1980 United States $1 coin. A complete historical and numismatic profile. The 1980 United States $1 coin is the second issue in the short-lived but historically significant Susan B. Anthony dollar series, which debuted in 1979. Born from a national effort to modernize U.S. coinage and reduce the costs associated with printing and replacing $1 paper notes, the Susan B. Anthony dollar carried with it both the promise of change and the burden of public skepticism. Despite its failure to gain popularity in everyday transactions, the 1980 dollar coin stands as an emblem of a transitional period in American currency, where practicality, social progress, and economic considerations collided in the form of a small copper-nickel-clad disc. The coin's origins lie in the post-Vietnam and Watergate era, when the United States government sought ways to reduce federal spending and modernize public infrastructure, including the monetary system. The previously circulated Eisenhower dollar, 1971-1978, had proved too large and heavy for efficient use and acceptance, prompting lawmakers and the U.S. Mint to pursue a smaller, more manageable dollar coin. In a historic and symbolic choice, Congress approved a redesign featuring the likeness of Susan B. Anthony, 1820-1906, the famous American suffragist and civil rights advocate who fought tirelessly for women's voting rights. This marked the first time a real woman, as opposed to an allegorical female figure like Lady Liberty, was featured on a circulating U.S. coin, designed by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, the obverse, front, of the 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar features a right-facing portrait of Anthony. Her serious expression and formal attire, complete with a high-collared dress and brooch, are meant to convey her unwavering determination and moral courage. Above the portrait is the word liberty, and to the right, the national motto, "In God We Trust." 13 five-pointed stars, representing the original colonies, arc around the sides with the year of issue, 1980, centered at the bottom. The design retains a formal, stately aesthetic, fitting for someone who played such a vital role in American history. The reverse, back, of the coin features a design derived from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, originally used on the Eisenhower dollar. This motif, preserved to maintain consistency with previous dollar coinage, depicts an American bald eagle landing on the surface of the moon. The eagle carries an olive branch in its talons, a universal symbol of peace, and spreads its wings in a protective stance. The moon's surface is detailed, and Earth appears in the distant background. The reverse includes the phrases United States of America, e pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one, and $1, all of which serve to reinforce national unity, pride, and space-age achievement. Technically speaking, the 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar is a copper-nickel-clad coin, composed of a pure copper core sandwiched between two layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This clad composition gives it a silver-like appearance, although it contains no silver. The coin has a diameter of 26.5 millimeters, a thickness of 2.0 millimeters, and weighs 8.1 grams. Its reeded edge, the grooved edge, similar to a quarter, was intended to help distinguish it from other denominations, but this feature ultimately failed to prevent confusion with the quarter due to the coin's nearly identical size and color. 3 U.S. Mint facilities produced the 1980 dollar coin. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, D mint mark. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark. Philadelphia and Denver primarily struck circulation coins, while San Francisco focused on producing proof coins, high-quality collector strikes with mirror-like finishes. All 3 types from 1980 are collected today, though none are considered rare in circulated condition. Proof coins, especially those in pristine PR69 or PR70 condition, the highest grades in numismatics, can command higher prices due to their clarity and craftsmanship. Unlike the 1979 S-proof dollars, which had 2 distinct varieties, Type 1 filled S and Type 2 clear S, the 1980 S-proof coin does not have known mint mark varieties, simplifying collection. However, some coins from all mints exhibit slight die variations, minor doubling, or off-center strikes, which are sometimes sought after by error collectors. Despite the mint's hopes, the 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar suffered the same fate as its 1979 predecessor: poor public acceptance. Most Americans confused it with the quarter, which was just 1 millimeter smaller in diameter. Retailers were reluctant to stock the coin, and customers often rejected it or unknowingly spent it as a 25-cent piece. Vending machines, parking, meters, and transit systems, anticipated as the primary users of the new dollar, were slow to adapt. Even though the coin was more durable and cost-effective than paper dollars, it failed to replace them in circulation. The Susan B. Anthony dollar quickly became an unwanted curiosity, stockpiled in bank vaults rather than circulating in the hands of the people. Production numbers for the 1980 dollar were lower than 1979, reflecting waning demand. Still, millions were minted. Over 27.6 million at Philadelphia, 41.6 million at Denver, and 3.5 million proof coins at San Francisco. These totals, while modest compared to quarters and pennies, were substantial for a denomination facing such widespread rejection. In numismatic circles, The 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar occupies an intriguing place. It is a coin with a short production run, 1979-1981, and briefly in 1999, making it an affordable and completable set for beginner collectors. Most circulated examples are worth only face value, though uncirculated and proof specimens can range in value depending on condition and grade. Certified coins graded MS67 or higher can command a premium, especially if they display full luster and no contact marks. The 1980 dollar also holds value as a symbol of progress. It was the second year the U.S. Mint continued its commitment to honoring women on coinage. Although the Susan B. Anthony design was widely criticized for its aesthetics and practical shortcomings, it blazed a trail for future designs like the Golden Sacagawea Dollar, 2000, and the Native American and American Innovation Dollar series, which incorporated diverse historical figures and contributions often overlooked in mainstream narratives. In retrospect, the Susan B. Anthony dollar of 1980 was a coin ahead of its time. Its failure was not due to lack of merit, but rather due to design missteps, public resistance to change, and logistical hurdles. Yet its legacy lives on as a reminder of the complexities involved in currency design and the importance of representation on national symbols. Today, these coins often turn up in change machines, transit systems, and bankrolls, prompting a moment of curiosity from those unfamiliar with their history. For collectors, historians, and enthusiasts alike, the 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar offers a rich story, one that connects numismatics with women's rights, technological ambition, and the challenges of monetary reform. Whether held for investment, nostalgia, or education, the coin remains a compelling chapter in the evolving narrative of American currency. Would you like this adapted into a YouTube video script or turned into a printable collector's guide?